Okay, good afternoon, and thank you for joining me here on Blackfoot territory. My name is Shannon Phillips. I'm the MLA for Lethbridge-West and the official opposition gathered on Blackfoot territory, and I recognize the Métis people who share a deep connection to this land. I'm joined today by a constituent of mine, Tom Walton, a senior who lives here in Lethbridge. Now, the high cost of living is having a significant impact on the quality of life for many Albertans. For those on fixed or lower incomes, paying the bills or putting the food on the table is a real struggle. Inflation has hit a 40-year high, but instead of focusing on helping Albertans through these challenging times and doing everything they can with every decision point that they can possibly find to make life easier and more affordable for people, the UCP has chosen to do the opposite, to make life more expensive for Alberta families. Now, after the 2019 election, one of the first things the UCP government did was they de-indexed Alberta's income tax system and benefits from inflation. What does that mean? It means we pay more income tax as inflation. Their incomes go down over time. So every year, Albertans are paying more income tax and getting fewer benefits. That is not all. Now, Alberta families have seen hikes in school fees, car insurance premiums, camping fees, post-secondary tuition, electricity prices, and so much more. Property taxes have had to go up because municipal cuts have happened. UCP are also making a bad situation worse by not addressing any of these decisions that they have made. Many of their policies directly hurt senior citizens. The UCP made the decision to kick tens of thousands of Albertans off the seniors drug plan. They eliminated the role of the dedicated seniors advocate. They cut funding for seniors housing. And today, we're going to talk about another one. UCP have made the decision to eliminate funding for seniors driver medicals. Now, in 2020, when the UCP decided to no longer pay Alberta Health to do the seniors driver's exam, which is mandatory at age 75 and at age 80 and every 2 years after that, it meant that seniors who want to continue to drive must pay $85 or more for that exam. Now, on top of that, there's the license renewal fee, which can range from $21 to $93, depending on the length of renewal. Now, as Tom will tell you, those costs add up, and for some seniors, they can be devastating. For many people, driving is a major aspect of maintaining independence and continued quality of life. But the UCP have chosen to nickel and dime this segment of our community. That has a real effect for people here in Lethbridge. So I'm going to turn things over now to Tom to talk about that.
Thank you, Shannon. First of all, I've written down what I have to say because I want to stay on topic and I don't want to ramble on other political issues. It's true, as you can see, I am a senior citizen. I've resided in Alberta for the past 29 years. I have many concerns regarding the current erosion of the quality of life for all low income, no income, and senior Albertans. As prices continue to rise, fees for services are going up, and even new fees are being introduced. After being hit with an add-on fee for a required medical exam to renew my driver's license, I wrote a letter to the Lethbridge Herald on the issue, and I'm here to speak about that today. As seniors on fixed income, my wife and I, along with thousands of Albertans like us, seem to be bombarded with all kinds of increases that significantly strain our budgets: energy costs, high cost of fuel, rise in food costs, transportation costs, medication, the list goes on. Whereas incidental costs may be absorbed by some, they become part of a list of goods and services that present hardships for others like seniors. It is the little add-ons, the little incidentals, the little inconvenience that add up and eventually erode the quality of life for seniors and marginalization groups. Every Albertan, upon reaching the age of 75 years, must be examined by a physician in order to renew their driver's license. Then, starting at age 80 years, this medical exam for a driver's license renewal must be done every 2 years. The UCP government cut the funding for these medical exams, forcing seniors to absorb the cost and find an extra $100. It is important to know that this is not a doctor-imposed fee, but rather a provincial government-imposed fee. Most doctors are not too happy about having to charge seniors on a fixed income for something that was previously covered by the government. In my humble opinion, this is nothing short of yet another tax grab, a direct hit to seniors. My wife and I are lucky. We are blessed and come from a somewhat privileged position compared to others. We have been able to put a little money aside to enjoy our retirement years, but many seniors are not that so positioned. However, our little nest egg is dwindling quickly due to this constant parade of cost increases and add-on payments for services. Watching our savings melt away because of cruel cuts by the current government, we can only imagine the severe stress, anxiety endured by those who aren't fortunate as we are. This fee for a driver's license renewal exam is just one cost increase seniors must face. As a bit of an aside, add on to this the current reality that thousands of Albertans are without a doctor, and many seniors who need one even to find a doctor who administer this medical exam and pay for it, they can't find that. In conclusion, I would like to say, I'm not against the exam. It's how the UCP wants to gouge seniors, and this fee is just another stinging example of this. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you for speaking up on behalf of seniors who are, as you say, perhaps not as privileged as you are, for speaking up for people who are seeing their monthly incomes dwindle due to specific things that the government can do to make life better for Albertans and have chosen not to do. A good government shouldn't make it difficult for people to thrive. At every step of the way, they should ask themselves, how can I make life better? And will this decision make life better for people? Seniors built this province. They deserve to live with dignity. Now, there's an election coming. And should the Alberta NDP be fortunate enough to form the next government, we will stop this gouging of seniors. We live in the wealthiest province in Canada. Right now, we are facing multi-billion-dollar surpluses due to the high price of oil, and we are not seeing those benefits accruing to people here in Lethbridge or across the province. So we will fix this. We will make sure no senior has to pay out of pocket for these medicals. And thank you. We are happy to take your questions.
Thank you. Just a reminder, for those on Zoom, it's the raise hand function to get in the question queue. For those on the phone, it's *9. We'll just start here with people on site. Just gonna make my way over there. Sorry.
I'm Shannon Phillips, Sean Mark, CTV, Lethbridge. So you talk about certain steps that the government to do away with these. So could you elaborate on that a little bit more? What could we be seeing, or what could have been done by the UCP leading up to this so that this wouldn't have happened?
Well, they made a specific decision to charge people more for these driver medicals. Previously, these costs were funded by Alberta Health. So under our government, seniors were not saddled with those extra costs for their driver medical. Now they are. That was a specific decision that was made in 2020 by this government, and it's completely unnecessary because on the other side, they cut corporate taxes for the very, very wealthiest corporations. Those corporations took those billions of dollars elsewhere, didn't create jobs with that money, and left us to make up a whole bunch of new taxes, fees, and other cutbacks. And this is just one example of that.
No follow-up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll just do another pass for questions. If you're on Zoom, it's the raise hand function. If you're on the phone, it's *9. Seeing none, that concludes our press conference today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, and to learn more, check out albertasfuture.ca.